Arrogant and dishonest lawmakers are found all over, but what occurs when these very officials finally face imprisonment?
I don't have to talk to you.
Okay,
I'm not talking to you.
Here are 3 instances of public officials who were served a slice of justice pie, beginning with Martin Hyde, a political hopeful whose behavior was so outrageous it cost him his profession.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, sir? I'm Sebastian Sarasota Police Department. You're on audio and video recording. The reason for the stop, you were observed going 57 and a 40, and you were on your phone texting while you were doing that. That was at Euclid and Fruitville. I'm not pointing at you, I'm pointing in the direction where it was. Go right ahead, sir. Can I see your license?
Right?
Yes, sir, I do.
If you're unfamiliar with who this is, allow us to introduce Martin Hyde. At the time of this traffic incident, he was a contender in the congressional race for Florida's 16th district. He was aiming to become the leading official in his region. However, it appears this ambition gave him the impression that he's beyond the rules, but this officer is about to prove just how mistaken he is.
Can I see your license, registration, insurance, please?
You do this?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Officer Sebastian, it's going to be on the citation. Sir, can I have your paperwork? 7 years, sir. Can I see your registration, please?
Martin's attitude already comes off as intimidating. He appears as if he's holding back his frustration and believes the situation is unjust. However, holding political office doesn't place you above the law any more than it does an ordinary person. In truth, it should be quite the reverse. But rather than acknowledging that, he chooses to escalate things by further intimidating the officer.
You're not going to give me your registration, sir. I'm asking you if you're going to produce me with your registration. You don't have it on you?
Go. Tell him how we're going to do this. Tell him.
Okay, sir. Are you refusing to produce your registration? I'm asking you if you have your registration.
You're making career decisions.
Okay, sir. Sir, because you were speeding and you were texting.
Where's your video?
Alright. Hang tight.
Call the supervisor. I just spoke to you.
You want your paperwork?
Is it your Russian immigrant status that makes people like this?
14 dispatch, can you have my supervisor respond, please?
Yeah. And we'll see how he goes. First.
To begin with, Martin attempts to pressure the officer into obeying his commands, warning her that not complying is a career decision. This suggests that if she doesn't let him go, he'll leverage his influence to have her dismissed. Next, while she was processing his information, Martin appears to have done some digging of his own, mocking her for being a Russian immigrant. This remark is clearly offensive, but it raises the question, what was his intent? Was he aiming to appear xenophobic on camera, or was he trying to intimidate her by implying he knows her background? Regardless, he certainly doesn't seem ready to back down.
You don't want your paperwork?
6142, can you be 51 to Fruitville Street?
You don't have a warrant.
Sir, you're going to be issued a citation.
Anything you have to say. I'll wait for the supervisor.
You can wait for the supervisor, but I'm going to go through what I need to go through.
No, I'm not interested.
Alright, you are going to be issued a
There's
citation.
the registration.
Well, you can already issue a citation for that.
For what?
For failing to produce your registration.
Right.
Alright. Sir, you're going to...
You know what he said about you? You want to hear what he said about you?
He could say all he wants about me. I got a job to do, sir.
You know what he said about you?
If you fail to
Had you
complete...
before like this.
Okay.
And he's going to have you again.
And that's fine.
It's not fine. What you said is fine.
Sir,
I'm a law-abiding citizen, and you're being bloody rude.
if you decide to go ahead and do the port, just make sure you do it prior to submission of payment, as they do
You think you're winning?
require a certificate of completion. If you sign up for it, you must complete it, otherwise they will go ahead and suspend your license.
The officer is managing the situation exceptionally well, and it's clearly aggravating Martin. He attempts to intimidate her by echoing remarks supposedly made by her supervisor, behaving with extreme disrespect by telling her to be quiet, and making ironic claims like, "I'm a law-abiding citizen." In his reality, however, it seems he doesn't consider himself a citizen at all, because the laws appear to operate entirely differently for him.
Are you still waiting for a supervisor, or are you leaving?
Randy, I'm just coming down.
Okay, very good.
By the way, friend.
I'm sorry? Okay.
After several more minutes of this, a second patrol unit arrives at the scene, only to observe Martin's self-important behavior persist.
So that's what another
You
unit.
can someone a certificate, ticket for no registration when they've got the registration. She's trying to make her spurs, but it's a big mistake. we're going to make sure that she pays the price for being disrespectful. And I just wanted you to witness it and know that the registration was right there, and she deliberately chose to write the ticket. She came up, she said, the first... Look, there's a video of it, so be quiet. There's a video of what you said. And I've got a video of what you said. I've lived here for 25 years. I've represented your union. I've got no interest in listening to you, young lady. This is the first time anybody has been disrespectful to me. It's the manner and the nature of it. Outrageous. Yeah. Why would you do that? Why?
Eventually, the officer's supervisor arrives to speak with Martin. Although not much new is discussed, Martin is informed that the body camera footage will be reviewed, and if anything is found to be inappropriate, he'll be the first to hear about it. It's also worth noting that despite Martin's disgraceful behavior throughout the entire encounter and the female officer clearly handling everything correctly, none of her fellow officers defended her, with her supervisor even appearing frustrated with her.
Stay in your car. You can go to the station. Yep, go to the station.
Ultimately, the video footage was examined and it was determined that the female officer acted appropriately. The recording was also released to the public shortly after the incident, leading to a formal apology from Martin and contributing to his crushing defeat in the election. He was also given tickets for not providing registration, texting behind the wheel, and driving over the speed limit. However, Councilman Matthew Riley took things even further when he was found unconscious with a glass pipe in his hands.
Do you have any weapons on you? No, not at all. Oh, no way, dude. Really?
Yes, yes. I was just on my way back from court.
Well, Rusty's gonna come check you out, man. I can't let you go. You were literally choking in your sleep.
The officer was stunned because Matthew's identification revealed he was actually a leader of the city's Republican committee and thus a fairly powerful figure.
Wait, sorry.
Listen, I have a body camera. Obviously, everything I have is recorded. You know that. And what I've observed is on camera, so I can't pretend I didn't. You know, so Rusty's gonna come here, and they're gonna check you out. You know, as far as I know, there's no anywhere, so I can't. You know, so there's not a criminal investigation. There's more a health and well-being check type
Thank
thing.
you.
The exchange is fairly composed on both sides, but Matthew is visibly concerned about how this might impact his personal life and profession. They then begin to go over the details of the incident, and the officer discovers exactly how Matthew ended up in this predicament.
How long have you had this problem, man?
It was a relapse. I've been clean for 13 years.
Alright.
Just went through a really, really bad divorce recently.
Okay. Do you know if any of that was laced with fentanyl or anything? Because you were out, and like, looked like you were choking.
Really?
Yeah. That's why somebody literally sprinted and flagged me down because they thought you were having a heart attack or choking.
No, nothing I know of.
Regardless of the circumstances, the officer still needs to handle the situation with seriousness and accordingly calls in another unit to inspect the vehicle. Inside, they discover a questionable substance and choose to run a test on it.
Be careful, because he was on the nod, or like, it seems like anyways, it's mixed with something else, but... Do you need this knife?
Yeah, leaves up.
Be careful with that stuff. I don't know if that's fentanyl laced or not. There's white all over it. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I was just telling him the same thing, because, I mean, you don't fall asleep usually if it's completely, you know, it's not an opiate.
Yeah.
Well, right away. Oh,
Yeah.
pop for crack. I can test it for fentanyl, too.
Test it for both, just to make sure that I don't know what we're dealing with.
Well, can you just snap a picture of that?
The substance was later retested and confirmed to be fentanyl. As Matthew himself hinted, many individuals who ingest fentanyl this way are unaware they're doing so, since dealers frequently and dangerously mix it with other drugs to make them appear more potent or effective. Clearly, this situation reflects poorly on Matthew, and following a medical evaluation, he was swiftly taken into custody.
Yeah, I know. It's not like I have an option here, man. Sorry.
No, you got anything on you? No, answer anything. Listen, this is a terrible situation. We're all in a tough spot, but we gotta do right by the numbers. It'll help you in the end. Believe me when I tell you. And you'll say to us a month from now, good, best thing that ever happened. Yes, they all tell us.
A considerate gesture from the officer, but that's not quite how things unfolded. Matthew was appropriately charged with a single count of drug possession, yet he was urged to resign from his role as chairman. Most shockingly, however, just a month later, Matthew was arrested again, this time facing a series of serious accusations involving a 12-year-old. At the very least, Matthew stayed composed and respectful during his encounter with law enforcement, a complete contrast to the conduct of Police Chief Jonathan Hemphill when he was stopped for overly tinted windows.
Was that illegal? No, no, sir. The reason why we're stopping you is because it's a window tint violation. I blinked my blue lights at you to let you know who I was. Yes, sir. Well, we didn't know with it. That's not a government tag. That is a unofficial tag. That tag's not even on file. I see. Yeah. Well, we have to catch up with Bill to run and everything like that. So I won't blink my blue lights at you next time. I'll let you just sit there. I was just speaking. I'm the police chief in Zimmer. I'm not speaking, sir. Matt Pope worked for me. Your chief worked for me. Yes, sir. There's no need to get upset. I'm upset because I spoke to you when I come by, and now you're putting me. Sir, I've never met you a damn. I understand that.
Why are you being hostile?
Easy. I don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
I'm not talking to you.
Why are you being hostile right now?
The officers are instantly confronted with hostility, even though this was a relatively minor traffic stop. Once they recognized that the driver was a fellow officer, the chief likely could have easily clarified the window tint issue and informed them it was an authorized police vehicle with proper clearance. However, Jonathan's aggressive behavior completely undermines that possibility, instead raising suspicions among the officers that something might be off.
What? She's about bringing your driver's license. All right. That's fine. Yeah. First when we ran the tag, it came back to like a Dodge Ram, so we're just confirming this time. Yes, sir.
It's a ghost tag.
Yes, sir. We're making sure. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just.
You must have run it wrong. You must have run it wrong because you wouldn't come back to a Dodge Ram.
We were confirmed it. They let us know.
So it's still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
Sir, can I ask why you so upset?
Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
No, we got it fixed. Why are you so upset?
No, you didn't fix it. Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram right now?
No, it came back 905.
That's right, because you run it wrong.
Sir, I'm trying to be respectful with you.
I understand that. I understand
I'm not raising my voice or nothing at you, right?
I understand.
All right, let's.
But I'm trying to tell you, the only thing I done wrong was y'all never would have pulled me over if I hadn't flicked my blue lights.
No, sir. No, we were going to pull you over. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm telling you straight up. Okay. But like I said, there's people out here impersonating police officers with blue lights.
Or you threw my license. Or she threw my license. If she is getting for me,
she'll bring it to you, sir.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to talk with you.
I don't want to talk anymore about it.
All righty.
Once again, this was an extremely minor stop, and all the officers truly aimed to do was confirm that Jonathan was indeed a legitimate police officer and not someone posing as one. Unfortunately for Jonathan, he escalated the situation to an entirely needless and unprofessional level, drawing significant backlash for his behavior. Following a brief investigation, it was determined that Jonathan would receive a formal verbal warning and be mandated to complete at least 6 months of anger management and de-escalation training. On May 5, 2023, authorities were summoned to a residence in Florida to perform a routine wellness check on a woman named Lainey. The officers who showed up that night had no clue they were about to uncover something that would haunt them forever. Upon reaching the location, law enforcement tapped on the door.
Did it smell when you went to the door? The other door on the opposite side. Did you see somebody? The other side, Reese bed. Hello? Sheriff's office. The other door smells like a 7.
Things are eerily silent around the property, but this officer also senses the presence of death lingering in the atmosphere. Florida officers use their own system of radio signals. 1 refers to an intoxicated driver, 28 signifies a disturbance, and 7 indicates a deceased individual. A code 7 has a distinct and unforgettable odor, prompting the officers to dig deeper.
Can you smell it? No, I do. Have you seen Lainey recently?
The girl?
Yeah, next door neighbor. When's the last time you seen her?
Dad usually walks up and down the road, but her, I haven't seen her that long.
How long in a while? Days, months? Have you heard any? Finding anything in the last 2 days?
Lainey's neighbors inform the officers they haven't seen or heard from her in several days. You might assume it's positive that there's been no screaming or arguing, but in this household, that was entirely typical, and the absence of noise, combined with the slightly menacing demeanor of her son, is deeply alarming to the police.
Call the number right there. That's the non-emergency number. If you see Lainey or anything.
Yeah, her sister's fucking 4 and she's not able to get a hold of her, so that's why we're out trying to make contact with her. But I can smell that. And it's and I can make an open door. There's a door on each side of the house. Propped up with something like ready to fall down.
Nothing.
After spending nearly 30 minutes inspecting the exterior of the premises, the officers were down to a single choice. However, just as they were preparing to force entry, this occurred.
Did you hear us knocking before or were you knocked out?
Well, I was sleeping.
I'm glad you woke up because you're about to come inside. We're looking for Mom. Have you seen her?
She's not around right now.
You know where she's at? Sister's asking for her. She's not in any trouble or anything like that.
When was the last time you saw her?
Where'd she go?
It doesn't require a genius to sense something's wrong here. This man somehow slept through 30 minutes of police scouring his home at 5 p.m. and when they interrogated him, he claimed to know nothing whatsoever. All he did was sit on the steps, appearing extremely shady.
Is that normal for Mom to be gone for days at a time?
Where does she usually go? Does she have a favorite place where she likes to go when she's not home? Did she tell you anything out of the normal when last time you saw her? Do you know who stays in the town? Before she left?
And it would be right there if you went inside and you sat in there. Huh?
But you stay here and it's your mom's house?
And we're looking for Mom, so we just want to make sure Mom's lost, stowed away in a closet or something bad and come back and retaliate for getting arrested or something like that. You can lead the way to some lost.
You can go with me. Just lead us through.
Yeah. You have a key? Oh, we can lock the door behind you. So how do you get in?
How about this other little door that's over here?
Barricaded up.
With what?
Garbage cans and stuff.
So how do you get in the house when I can lock it? Now I feel like you're f***ing with me. What the hell? What's the deal?
You understand how this looks, right?
Conveniently, the man insists the door shut behind him and he didn't have a key on him. Normally, he would just wait for his mother to return and let him in, but she's clearly not around at the moment, or at least that's what the officers believe.
So, obviously you went in and unlocked it from the inside. Did you get in? Did you just push that one thing open to get in?
You mind doing that for us right now? I think if you shimmy it into the right, we could be able to just pull it out. So push it into the right. Keep pushing it in. Now try to move it out, and then push it out. There you go. Are you sure Mom's not in there? I don't know. We're already in, so we're gonna find out. So.
you're gonna tell me you didn't know mom was in there? Now you're home. 400.
Inside the home was the lifeless body of his mother, Lainey. The officers wasted no time placing him in handcuffs and calling for reinforcements over the radio. But this is when things begin to take a strange turn. During the spontaneous questioning, the man unexpectedly becomes more verbal and begins revealing everything he's aware of to the authorities.
When we first got here to talk to you, you said you hadn't seen mom in how long?
A few days.
Is that the actual answer, or what is the answer you want to swear to? The last time you saw mom?
We were talking around the house. I seen her riding a bike, and she gave me a few cigarettes and stuff, and told me to stop right by the house later. She told me to stay inside.
But you said that wasn't the truth, that you weren't supposed to be staying inside. Yes, when we talked to you over there, I said you're not supposed to be here. That's so.
No contact order.
Okay. Do you know if it's still active or no?
No, sir.
What is there no contact order between you and mom for?
We got into a dispute. She said I slapped her, I punched her.
So battery?
Yes, sir.
Okay, domestic stuff. How did your conversation with Dad go the last time you saw him? Bad?
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad?
That was between mom and dad. Did they talk?
The only thing I knew, she told me at that point in time when she got home, she told me I'm about to leave. So I left and walked somewhere and stayed away.
Did you notice anything different while you've been staying here?
70 Boulevard, 7070 Boulevard, office calling in, make contact with complaint reference.
Did that not raise any alarm to you?
Not recovered, couple months.
Did you go and check?
I did go look in there.
So you saw her in the position that she's currently in now. So why did you tell us that mom wasn't there? When you went in there and checked on her 2 days ago, did you know that she was deceased? Okay. Was it apparently obvious to you that somebody smelling like that would be somebody? So why didn't you call law enforcement?
The man is clearly still disoriented and has likely been in a state of shock for the past few days. However, he still neglected to notify authorities of his mother's death and has therefore been charged with failure to report a death. As for who actually killed Lainey, that's a far more difficult question. The leading suspects at the moment are, of course, this man and his father, but as of this video's posting, the investigation remains active.